Hello students, this is for class 11, subject informatics practices. Students, so far we have completed in class 11 the portion in Python, that is all this portion you can see, unit 2, introduction to Python. In this we have completed basics of Python programming, Python interpreter, the structure of Python, indentation, identifier, keyword, constant, variable, types of operators, precedence of operator, data types, mutable and immutable types, statement, expression, evaluation and comments, input and output statements, data type, conversion, debugging, and control statements, if else, and if elif also. Now further the next topic, that is our for loop. So today in this video we are going to talk about for loop. So let us see what is our topic and subtopic. As you can see, the topic is iteration or looping statements, and inside that we are going to study about for loop and range function. That is our subtopic. So let us start first what is a for loop. But before that we will learn what is a iteration or looping statement. So let us see iteration or looping statements. The iteration statements or repetition statements allow a set of instructions to be performed repeatedly until a certain condition is fulfilled. That means repetition or iteration or looping means to repeat some statements. If some statements or few lines of the programs are repeated again and again until certain condition is fulfilled, then it is known as iteration or looping. For example, I give you an example, like whenever we go and run in the ground, so always we count how many rounds we have taken. While running in the ground, we always count how many rounds from the beginning point we start, and whenever we reach always to the beginning point we count 1, and again we start, again we count 2. So like this our counting goes on, and when we finish our goal then we stop the counting. So that means we are again and again repeating the ground, repeating the same process, that is running from the beginning and coming to the same position. So that is a looping or that is an iteration. The same way here, when some statement or part of statement or part of program is repeated again and again until certain condition is fulfilled, it is called a looping or iteration. The iteration statements are also called loops or looping statements. Python provides two kinds of loops. First, for loop, and second, while loop, to represent two categories of loop, which are counting loop and conditional loop. For loop is a counting loop and while loop is a conditional loop. So counting loop, the loops that repeat a certain number of times, means the number of times repetition is fixed. So that is a counting loop. For example, Python's for loop is a counting loop. Second, conditional loop, the loops that repeat until a certain thing happens or until a certain condition is fulfilled. They keep repeating as long as some condition is true. For example, Python's while loop is a conditional loop. So these, I hope you have understood what is a looping statement and what are the types of looping statements. So looping statement is the repetition of instructions or set of instructions until a certain condition is fulfilled. And there are two types of iteration, counting loops and conditional loops. Now we are going to talk about counting loop, that is for loop. As here you can see, the for loop of Python is designed to process the items of any sequence, such as a list or a string one by one. Means any sequence, like in a list you have the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that can be repeated with the help of for loop. Or any other sequence like string, you have in a string you have 4, 5 letters like Amit. So in Amit there are 4 letters A, M, I, T. So So the loop will continue up to 4 letters. As here you can see in the syntax, the general form of for loop is given below. First we write for, it is a keyword for, then we write the variable name, then in operator, and then the sequence, either a list or a string, and then we put the colon sign. It indicates a block, that means a block is going to start, and that block is a for loop. And after the colon sign, then downside in the next line we write the statement to be repeated. As here you can see, colon is must here. For example, here example is given. First we have written for loop, then a variable a. It can be any variable a, b, c, or x, y, z, or p, q, r. Then the operator in operator. Then in parenthesis the sequence. Sequence can be list, or it can be range, or it can be a string. So our sequence is a list here. It is the number 147. That means a first will assign 1, then it will assign 4, then it will assign 7. It means the loop will continue up to 3 times. That is first time for a in 147. That means for a 1, a will take 1, then it will print 1, print a 1, then a into a means 1 into 1. Then again for will take a as 4. Now second time it will repeat for 4. So a is equal to 4 now. Then for will print 4. Then a into a, this, that means 4 into 4, that is 16. Like this it will continue up to 7. I hope you have understood. Let us try it in a program. I open Python, and in Python let us type a program for the for loop. We have to open the script. For that we have to click file menu and select new file. So we have to write the program in script, not in script mode, not in the interactive mode. Remember this. So let us increase the font size. Okay, now increase, you click on apply, and then OK. Now let us write the program. Suppose we have, as given in the here in the figure, for a in 147, then print a into a. So now our program is untitled program here. Let us write for, it is the keyword for loop, then a variable a, then in operator, then the list of values, that is our values were 1, 4, 7. Then close the list and then put the colon sign. Colon sign is must, remember this. And now it will start a block. That block is a for loop. Now we have to write the statement print a. So this will print a. First time a will assign 1, so it will print 1. Then a will assign 4, then it will print 4. Then a will assign 7, then it will print 7. Like this. Means the repetition will take place according to the list, what list is given. Then again we write one more print statement, and this will print a into a. A into a, that is 1 into 1 first time, then 4 into 4 second time, then 7 into 7 third time. So this is the program. Now let us save it. Always remember, whenever you create a program in script mode, always save it. Then only it can execute. So let us save it as loop 1. Save. Now press F5 and you will see the result. First it will print 147. First it will print 1, then 1 into 1, then 4, then 4 into 4, then 7, then 7 into 7. Here you can see 1, then 1 into 1 means 1, then 4 into 4 means 16, then 7 into 7 means 49. So this is the result it has printed. Now how it has done, already you know. At first for has taken 1 in A, means first A equal to 1. So now if we take print 1 A, that means it will print 1. Then here A into A means 1 into 1. Then A will assign 4. Now 4 is there in A. Print A, that means 4 will be printed. Then A into A means 4 into 4 means 16 will be printed. Now A will assign 7. So 7 will be there. For A will be printed 7. Then A into A, that means 7 into 7, that is 49 will be printed. So this is the way how for loop works. Further, as you can see, the process have been explained how for loop is working. Okay, the loop variable is assigned the first value. Then all the statements in the body of for loop are executed with assigned value of for loop variable step 2. So like this, the step is continued by one value. First 1, then 4, then 7. As here you can see, first A equal to 1 has been taken. Then print 1, then 1 into 1. Then in second step, 4 has been taken. So print 4, then 4 into 4, that is 16. Then in third step, 7 has been taken. So print 7, 7 is printed. Then 7 into 7, 49 is printed. So it is clear. Then accordingly the output is here 1, 1, 4, 16 and 7, 49. Now we have range function. As you can see here, suppose if we want to print the numbers from 1 to 100, then what will you do? Or 1 to 10, let us write. So what will you do? You will write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This you will write. Okay. So what will happen? It will assign the value one by one. First 1, 2, 3, then like this up to 10 it will go. But it is a very long process. Suppose if we want to print 100 numbers, 1 to 100, then we have to write in the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 like this. We have to write up to 100. So to skip from this problem, what we have? We have a range function. Whenever we have a large number to be printed or to be repeated in the loop, so instead of writing that many numbers, we use range function. What we use? Range function. So let us see what is the range function. Before we start with the loops, especially for loop of Python, let us discuss the range function of Python, which is used with the Python for loop. The range function of Python generates a list which is a special sequence type. A sequence in Python is a succession of values bound together by a single name that you already know. Some Python sequence types are like strings, list, tuples, etc. So in the same way, range is also a type of sequence. If you give range, in a very short method, in a very short text, you can give or you can print very much numbers, many numbers. Now here some advanced sequence types given, like list. If we have 5, 7, 9, 11 like this, we can. String we have like good, so there are G, O, O, D, 4 letters. Tuples we have 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are some sequence. So what about the range? Let us see how range function works. The common use of range is in the form like this. We write range function, in parentheses we write the lower limit of number, like 1 to 100 we want to print. So what we write? We write 1, that is the lower limit, then 100, that is the upper limit. But remember, upper limit, it does not take the upper limit. It is always -1. It means if we have given 100 in the upper limit, then it will not print the 100. It will print only up to 99. Because it is the rule of range function that it takes the values up to only upper limit -1. That means if we give the range like here, if we have given the range 0, 5, then it will not print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. but it will print only 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means it prints up to upper limit minus 1. Upper limit minus 1 means, suppose upper limit is 5, so it will print only up to 5 minus 1, that is 4, up to 4, as here you can see. So that's what here given, that the function in the form range LU, L means lower limit, U means upper limit, will produce a list having values starting from L means up lower limit, that is 1 or 0, then L plus 1 means 1, then L plus 2 means 2, then like this it continues and goes up to upper limit minus 1. Upper limit minus 1 means, like upper limit is 5, so it will continue up to 5 minus 1, that is 4. So let us see this example. As I was telling here in the script, our script, suppose we have the value to be printed from 1 to 10. So what we give, we have written in the form of list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then what it will do, it will print all the numbers from 1 to 10. Look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But the problem is, if we have bigger numbers, many numbers we have to print. So here we can use range function. Instead of writing all these numbers, we can use range function. So how can we use this? Same way we write for A in range. A in range. Then we use the parenthesis. In parenthesis we write the upper limit, lower limit. Suppose our lower limit 1, comma upper limit 11. Then what it will do, it will print from 1 to 10. That is 1 to 10 means upper limit minus 1. What is our upper limit? Upper limit is 11. So it will print up to 11 minus 1, that is 10. So the numbers will be printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 will not be printed, as you know. Why? Because it always prints up to upper limit minus 1. So 11 is the upper limit, so 1 will be reduced. So let us see the result. You will see the numbers up to 10 only. Save it. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So only these many numbers. So now I think you have understood the use of range function. So like this you can have many numbers to be printed. Suppose you want to print up to 100. So what you have to give? 101. Upper limit should be 101. Then it will print up to 100. Now press enter key and save it. Press F5. See here, 1 to 100 numbers are printed. But what will happen if you give the range limit, upper limit only 100? Then what will happen? Already you know. Then it will print up to 99 only, because upper limit minus 1. It prints up to upper limit minus 1. You can see. Look here, only 99. So this is the use of range function. And in looping statement like for loop and while loop, we always use the range function, because we most of the times require to have big numbers, not small numbers. Now I think you have understood the concept of range function. Now we have some programs, like first program is given, print the table of numbers, say 5. So if we want to print the table of 5, so what we will do, take the number as 5 in num variable, then we will always, you know, the table is counted up to 10. So we will execute the loop from 1 in the range. The range lower limit is 1 and upper limit is 11. Then it will print up to 10. That means the table is counted up to 10. So first time 5 into 1, then 5 into 2, 5 into 3, then 5 into 4, 5 into 5, 5 into 6, 5 into 7, 5 into 8, 5 into 9, and then last 5 into 10, that is 11 minus 1. 11 minus 1 is 10. So this way it prints. So let us do this program to print the table of 5. So what we do, first we take the number. Our number is num equal to 5, and then we take the loop for A in range 1 to 11, not 10, otherwise it will print only up to 10. So we have it will print only up to 9. if we write 10, but we have written 11, so it will print up to 10. It will count the table up to 10. So print A, not A. Here we write first we write num plus we write into plus A, then plus equal sign, then plus num into A, okay, or num into A can be given like this. Let us have a different, there we can write t equal to num into A, another variable we take, t equal to num into A. So here we write t. Now you will see the result. Save it and see the result. Sorry, unsupported operand type for plus int. Okay, the type is not recognized. So what we do, we put comma. If it is not taking plus, we put comma, again comma, again comma, and again comma. Okay. Now here you can see 5 into 1 equal to 5, 5 into 2 equal to 10, 5 into 3 equal to 15, 5 into 4 equal to 20, 5 into 5 equal to 20. Like this, the table of 5 have been printed. In the same way, if you want the table of 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you want, 6, 7, 8, so only you have to change here number. If you want the table of 7, so here you have to write num equal to 7. Change the number and all things will be changed. Save it and press F5. Now it will print the table of 7 here. So I think now you have understood the concept of looping. I will give you a homework, as here you can see other programs are there. So like this I will also give you many homeworks, so you can accordingly complete the homework. Thank you for today.